It's time for Rebel Builds ARK Survival Evolved. This is my first video about ARK base designs that I like to put together. Today's the first in a series of a tribe shared craft haul that I want to make that has all of the crafting things from all the mods and everything that we use for crafting, as well as a forage room and everything that's going to be in the shape of a lighthouse. I'll be using the Structures Plus mod, and I can give the link in the description below to Structures Plus if you're interested. But I'm pretty sure that you can get by without needing Structures Plus for this design. This is going to be a round tower, and on the very top floors it will be a tech replicator that acts as if it's the lighthouse's searchlight. My base location is the Winter's Mouth, right at the top northern center of the map. You can see the name by pressing the H key, and there's Winter's Mouth right there. Coordinates would be latitude 14.9, longitude 42.3. And the location that I'm going to put it at is right here. You can see that I have some starter foundations built up already. Now the plan calls for an industrial forge in the center, and it has a land entrance and a water entrance so that I can pull up a raft when I've been out harvesting materials someplace and pull the materials directly from the raft into storage, or directly from dinos that I use to collect from. So we're going to switch out for a moment, and I'm going to show you a design that I created using paint and another program. And there goes my kitty cat. And she's gonna make sure that everybody knows that she's here. So this is the design that I created. Now I used a program that's called Fortify off of Steam, and it's created to make base designs for Rust, which also uses equilateral triangles and squares basically. So it's working for me. I'm not promoting or advertising for this, but I am going to put its link down in my description for this video so that you can get it if you want it. But you know, I'm not saying you should. So Lighthouse Crafthall Stage 1, this is the first part that we're going to be building today. We'll take about 34 square foundations, if I got my maths correct, 54 triangle foundations, 93 walls, which is 31 walls around the perimeter times 3. 2 gateways, one on either side, right here and here. Now these gateways are the normal sized gateways, just normal metal gateways with the gates, and 4 ramps. For me, for normal buildings, you might, if your height was normal, you'd be only 2 ramps, but I'll be creating my foundation stacked, so I'm going to need 4. Oh no, it's 2 ramps on each side. What am I saying? Oh my god. All right, take 2. And 4 ramps, 2 on each side for each entrance. The entrance on the side of the waterway is flush with the wall, and the entrance on the land side has a little entryway just for effect and to make sure that it's not boring and has an excitingly chunky design. So, switching back over to ARK. I'm switching back over to ARK, and we're back in the game. So I'm heading outside to the location where I'll be building this, and I have the supplies already created. Some of these I don't need right now. I'm going to start with just the square and the triangle foundations. That should be just enough so I can move. Now I'm using metal and glass. The reason why I'm using glass is because I'm trying to go for an ice look, as if it's made out of ice. I'll be tinting it in a color to look like ice. The reason why I prefer metal is because it's fairly indestructible against most animals. There are still some that can harm it. And also because it has a longer decay timer. For example, if I built out of stone out here, it would last for 24 days, but if I built out of metal, it lasts for 32 days. 32 days total. Let's double check that I have everything on my toolbar, and I do. Perfect. So we're going to start with an entrance that's 4 blocks wide. There. And there. And then the gate goes here, and then we have 4 blocks in. Now I'm going to start by building just the outer ring, so that I can make sure that it lines up correctly with the rocks and everything around me. I have a feeling I may need to go in one more. And the outer ring is 4 triangles and 2 squares. Oh, we're just clearing the rock. Perfect. And 4 triangles and 2 squares. I didn't mean to pull out my gun. Whoops. Okay, I didn't do that again. You imagine that you saw my gun come out. Oh, I need a few more pieces here. Now I will fill in the inside ring, which is 1 triangle and 2 squares, 1 triangle and 2 squares. Now we just have the center to fill in, which is all triangle foundations. Did you hear that? It sounded like a bird. Just a little nervous. This zone makes me a tiny bit nervous. And that's all the pieces filled in. Now, you notice how the grass is growing through it. This is kind of ugly. And even if I had a foundation just out here as high as it can go, unless I used a whole bunch of techniques to raise my foundations, which I can do, but I'd have to, it would be annoying. The grass is still going to show through. So I am going to make this a double foundation base by stacking them on top of each other. Most of the time I don't have to do this. And at other times when it's just a few things over the ground, I'll go ahead and take the time to learn how to raise my foundations up and elevate them. I think that there's a way to do it. I've seen that there is, but for now I'm just going to stick with what I'm doing and just double the foundations. It'll make the building a bit more imposing as well. So I'm going to have to go around the entire thing all over again. But first, before I do that, I want to make sure that I paint it. Because painting the bottom is kind of hard to do sometimes when it's sunk down. And I'm going with a straight brown. So here we go. Running around the circle, painting our lighthouse. Woo, I feel dizzy. Do you feel dizzy? Now, I don't need to put the foundation stacked all the way out to the water on this end. I just need the foundations as a porch that I can put a ramp on at the end. So I will just do it there. And the door will be on those two. Am I missing a piece? I'm missing a piece. How did I do that? There we go. Oops, I can't quite jump up. So I'm going to go ahead before I get going on these and put my ramps up so that I can get up and down. This one I'm going to have... Oh no, that doesn't work. I'll have to go out one more row. Whoops. Let's pick that up. Let's sink a foundation down. And I think what I'll do is I'll put two facing this direction, for now at least. Oh, and let's paint these before I cover them up with the ramp. Very nice. There we go. Now I can get up and down. And we will continue with stacking our foundation, and this will be very boring. I am just now realizing that I forgot an important part. I forgot to put the side area for the staircase. So I'm going to add that as well. Or at least get that part of it in. While I'm at it, I should work on the entryway for the other door, which will be an entry hall that's 3 long and 2 wide. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. I wonder if I can paint all the way. Oh, I did make it. Now I have to get back up the ramp. Okay. Let's see. So that's... We'll just head back around and head up top. And now we can get the second stacked row of our foundations up. There we go. And now the inner ring. Did you hear something? Guess not. There we go. And now we just need to paint the second level of the foundation. Excellent. I will load the gates. And the ramps. And I like to have my doors set to auto close only, because there's nothing worse than trying to look out your door and then having something chomp you because the door opened automatically. And now this one's going to be after the entrance hall, so let's flush 1, 2, and 3. Oh, there we go. I like to have a little porch instead of having a ramp go directly down, so I think I'll put some extra foundations down here. Just one more. Oh, looks like I need to go pick up a couple more. We can load our walls. And I will put one off to the side. Oops, I don't have an extra one. I'll have to get more ramps, because I definitely want one off to the side. Let's go ahead and set this to auto close only. And we're set. Next is the walls. For stage 1, we're building our walls 3 walls high. The ceiling will only be 2 walls high, but I find that it works better if you build one wall ahead above where you plan to put your ceiling. Whoops. We're building a lighthouse, a lighty, lighty lighthouse. So now the rest of this will be boring while I just put up walls. If it wasn't all boring already. Oh, I do have some more ramps. Let's grab 2. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is paint our walls and our gates. And the ramps. I'm going to paint the ramps the same color as the walls for that ice effect so that it looks like it's a waterfall. Whoops. And I'm going to switch them to stairs as well. This is really boring. That should be it. I'm going to do a quick run around and make sure I haven't missed anything. Nope, I got them all. So this is the end of stage 1 of our lighthouse. Let's go have a quick look. Perfect. Alright, hopefully I will see you for stage 2. Because this is an ongoing construction, it'll take me a little bit to put it together. Be patient. And thank you for joining me.